Hi, this is Evan and welcome to the PlayStation 4 VR hype video. I'm going to talk to you about why you should get the PlayStation VR, along with a few reasons for why you may not decide that you'd like it. So, I've played with the PlayStation VR here for a few days now, and I'm happy to say that while these PlayStation Move controllers are far more comfortable than I thought, they have all four of the buttons. They have the start and select right on the left and right hand side. Trigger, and they feel good in your hands. They're not needed for most of the PlayStation VR stuff. So if that was your concern, don't worry about it. You can have the full PlayStation VR experience with just your DualShock, which is one of the best controllers that's ever been created. It is just fantastic. So, that in mind, if that was a concern, don't worry about it. Another concern that a lot of people have is this going to fit me? I have a tiny noggin. I have a huge noggin. Don't worry about the size of your noggin. You can see right here on the back of the VR unit, it's got this little button. And that is the size that it expands to. I got a tiny noggin. I got a lot of friends with huge noggins. Don't matter. It fits just fine. The cable is wound in such a way that whenever you pull it, no problem. It's already form-filled, which is great. Now, also, you may have huge chonking glasses. Well, it doesn't matter, because this unit has a lot of mobility. You can see the button right here, allowing you to move this in and out with incredible freedom. Now, on these, it's incredibly hard to get it broken. It's a very soft type of rubber. It allows a lot of mix and match for different forms and faces. And sometimes there is a little bit of a light gap right here on the bottom. I've found that if you just tilt it up to where it's on the top of your noggin instead of fitting completely level, that gets rid of the white gap. Also, just playing at night, you can't tell at all if there's a light gap, so it doesn't really matter. A lot of reason to get this head unit, even if you're not particularly interested in the PlayStation VR experience. One of the reasons is it displays a 70-inch high-definition television in any orientation. So if you don't have a 70-inch high-definition television, this is $400 with the full set. Your television for a 70-inch high-definition television is going to be more than that. So if you use a PlayStation for a lot of your media, streaming, video, movie, whichever, this is a cheap 70-inch television. Now the caveat there is that's a 70-inch television for just yourself. No one else gets to see that. However, with the HDMI hookup, this displays to the head unit and your television at the same time. So whatever you're watching, they can still watch on the television. You just may have a little bit better experience is all. Now, there is also the audio option. Now, while you have headphones plugged in, your sound system is still going to work. Same thing as we were talking about earlier. Now, if you don't have that amazing of a sound system, this displays 3D audio. So if you've got a Dolby thing going on, the surround sound, this is able to display that accurately into your ears. And it sounds really, really good. You got the power for the unit, a mute button, and a volume button, all right here on this little dongle, which is part of the cable for the PlayStation VR. These are all really good reasons to get it. Now, if you already have a PlayStation camera, then you don't need to buy the bundle, but this comes with a newer, updated camera that is a little bit easier to work with than the prior camera necessarily was. I can put it right here, it's easy to work with, and you can, well, if you hook it up correctly, also hang the camera and watch it from wherever you'd like to set it. it watches you. But I really like it. The stand's got a gap in it right here, enables it to be hung either direction equally. It's not a problem at all. And it's a very robust stand. And this enables for a lot of different other functions within the PlayStation itself, having the PlayStation camera. I believe that's all we have on the reasons for and against. Now, I mentioned earlier that you can watch it in any orientation. If you want to lie back on the couch and just look straight at the ceiling while you're alone at home and relaxing, this unit is that comfortable. It fits right on. It's super easy to get there. Just like that, it's hooked up, it's on. And it's not going anywhere. Now, if you're leaning back, all you have to do is hold down Start on your controller, and wherever you're looking, the screen is now there. So, it doesn't matter if you're upside down. If you want to hold down Start on this controller, you are now looking at a 70-inch high-definition television. And again, in the actual VR environment, you're looking in any direction that you would like, and you're able to see what is happening in your environment in 360 degrees. Also, the television displays what you are looking at. So while you're within this environment, anybody sitting at home with you, sometimes participating in these games, because they're not all single player, and many of them are multiplayer with people that are here visiting, they are able to see what you are looking at within the game. So, these are all reasons why you should get the PlayStation VR, in case you were concerned about you may not be particularly interested, or you were worried about what it may or may not do. It does a lot. There's a huge future here, especially in horror games. There is not really a better avenue for horror games than on this particular console. I don't care how cold you are. When you look to your left and there's something there, you gonna jump. Speaking of, the next video is the actual implementation, how all these cables hook up. It looks complicated. You may have already thrown away those manuals that told you how to do all of this. Don't worry about it. We're gonna cover it in a nice short implementation video that's gonna follow up to this. So jump on over and check that out. And have a great rest of the day.